There are some amazing vans, varying different layouts, different componentry, new pop tops, brand new, never seen before vans, and they're all very different. I'm going to be bringing some of those to you today. This is the intro, but I'm actually filming it halfway through, and there's a reason for that, because you're more likely to watch the start than you are the end. And I want you to watch it because I want to say thanks to you. The amount of people who came up to me yesterday and said hello, had conversations with, told me about your experiences, how you'd seen some of my videos, and because of them, you'd done this and you'd done that. And it was just absolutely incredible to be meeting you. And also CampervanTime. You know, some of you also met CampervanTime as well, and you were really pleased to be telling me, I've just seen CampervanTime. Yep, I met Will and Sarah as well, and you'll actually see that in this video. Absolutely lovely people. If you don't subscribe to them, then do subscribe to them. I know that they're going to be having a video for the show coming out as well, and I will be meeting up with them in the future. But additionally, I also met manufacturers. I was obviously going around the stands to film these magnificent vans, and some of the owners were coming up to me saying how they'd watched my videos and how they really enjoyed watching them. And to me, when I'm talking about vans, what other people have manufactured, for them to be very appreciative of what I've done, it kind of really feels that I've done something right. So thank you to the manufacturers and converters, to those who do watch my videos, for the nice comments which you've made. Anyway, let's get on with the video and see some of these amazing vans. And I'm here at the show and I've already had a sneak peek. And exactly what I thought was going to be happening is happening. So let's get on and see what's inside. And Motorhome Matt, could you have got a bigger picture? Look at the size of that. Let's go down and have a look. So what did I think was going to be here? In abundance. Yep, you know, you already know, and that is the Fords. So we've got the Hillside, which I mentioned briefly in Sunday's video. So Hillside have now brought out the Castleton, and you can see here that they've actually built quite a few of them. Lots of different colours. I'm pretty sure they're all in different specs as well. Let's get inside and take a look at one. The show's actually quite quiet today. There's not that many people here. I was really quite surprised. So just taking a look inside, and this looks very similar to the one which I showed you on Sunday's video. So we've got the rib bed in here. So you've got the two-seater in there. You've got the control panel in there with the switch gear. Small elements of storage. You've even got a mirror. Look at that. So when you're actually you wake up in the morning and you're doing your hair, you can make sure that you've done it correctly. You've got the sink and hob, and then plenty of storage and a fridge in there. This floor, as you can see in this one, is completely flat, but we'll have a look at another one in a little while and you'll notice it's different, and I'll explain why that is and go into a little bit more detail about it. But what I do like about these Fords, no matter what people think of them, they are so modern. I mean, they drive very, very well. That's what a few people at the show have already told me, that these really do drive quite well. So it is definitely going to be an option for people who've got the VWs at the moment, is to, you know, whether they are going to be opting and going for this Ford platform. Now, this particular one, as most of them, but not all, which we're going to see as we're walking around, this one's got the SCA roof. So the SCA roof has been developed with Ford to go on there, but some do say that they're very, very finicky to fit. So a couple of converters have actually opted to choose a different roof. So as we go around, we'll see a couple of those different options as to what other roofs other people have fitted. But as you can see, this has got the removable canvas, so you can have that nice scenic view out the side, and it's a flipping massive, massive fly screen. So from a silver with cloth interior, we've got this one which has got the upgraded alloy wheels, aftermarket wheels, and they suit Ford. They remind me of kind of like Oz Racing wheels, which used to get on the MSR, whatever it's called, that sporty van. But inside this, in the rear, looks really nice. I think that's Napa, feels really nice. But look at these seats. Look at these front seats. These front seats are very, very nice. I'm not going to sit in them, but they look absolutely lovely. Proper side bolster in there. Not that you need side bolstering in a van, you're not exactly racing it, but they are a lot comfier. Recently been back to back in two different vans from the same manufacturer. One had sports seats, the other one didn't. And the ones with seats like this definitely make a difference. A lot comfier to be in. So here we are at Autohaus. So I mentioned Autohaus in my video which came out the other day about my show preview, and I said Autohaus is a company which is local to me, and they're only 2 hours away, which means it's a 4-hour round trip, which for me being down in Plymouth certainly does make a difference. So this is their new Ford Transit Custom, and it's a nice camper van. They've got the Ford wheels, but they are much bigger wheels than you see on the standard van. Some nice decals down the side. Sets it apart from just a standard red van. It's a busy one, this one. There's a lot of people looking at it because this is one of the nice conversions which I've seen. But I talked about the roof. Now this has not got the SCA roof. And I spoke to the converter and he did give me the reason why, and perhaps when I go around to the factory he'll actually explain exactly why he's chosen the Reimo roof as opposed to the SCA roof. So you can see it's got a nice bed. So with the Reimo roofs being quality, you'd absolutely know you are getting quality. But look inside this one. So in here, different about this one is you've got 3 seats. So you can actually have 3 rear passengers in there, and it's on rails. So this bed can change into the different positions. I really do like a sliding bed because what it means is that at the moment it's far to the back, which gives you all this area here. So if you want to put a table in here, then you can have a table and you can eat and drink in here, or you can bring it forward and then have loads of room in the rear. So while we're in here, we've got this control panel here. So the control panel, and I'm going to go into a bit more detail about this in a moment when I go inside one of their other vans, which to be quite honest with you, I really do like that one as well. Got plenty of storage in here, mixture of different types of wood, types of finish to the wood, which sets it off and a nice glittery worktop there, and it is gas free. We are seeing more and more of these gas free camper vans at the moment. There's quite a few of them at the show today, and as you can see, it's got the induction hobs. It's got a microwave oven, obviously it's got a big inverter and some lithium in here, and then it's got the standard 50-litre fridge. And as we've just seen in the Castleton, this one has also got some sports seats in it, but this one has got the red contouring, so it's matching the rear seats. And if you have a good look at that, it's been stitched really quite nice. What do you think of that one? Let's go and have a look at some more Transits before I come back to some bigger vans. Yes, there are also lots of bigger vans at the show this year. So obviously with people not converting the Transporter anymore because the Transporter is disappearing, there's a lot more converters now going for the bigger vans because a lot more people are wanting to buy them. So there are, again, a lot more crafters at this show. So I'm going to have a look at some of those a little bit later on. So on to another one, and you might recognize this from Sunday's video. This is the Vanworx one, and that's the same image which we've already seen teased, but now we can see the rest of it. So look at these yellow accents which they've got on the side. And these yellow accents, if we look round the other side, you can actually see that it says trail, because this is not a 2-wheel drive van. This is actually all-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, which is making it stand out from a lot of the other Transit Customs here, because I don't think I've seen any other Transit Customs at the show which are actually all-wheel drive. So this is definitely something different. And again, with a lot of them having the SCA roof, this is again another one which has opted for the Reimo roof. And personally, I do like the Reimo, and that's got the lights on the top of that pop top, which is much better than the spotlights, just gives it that bit more ambience. So going inside, the high level of componentry doesn't actually stop there because we've got the sliding seat bed. So as we've seen in the other one, this is really beneficial because it provides that greater carrying capacity at the back when the seat is forward, or when it's at the back, you've got this big area here. But additionally, it's 3 seats again. So you can have 3 people sitting on the seats in the back with the 2 up front, because I do prefer the 2 captains up front as opposed to the 3 up front. I just think it looks a little bit better. The kitchen units, these are high quality kitchen units built from lightweight plywood, and they are stunning. Really nice, these nice catches with soft close. They open and close really well. Look at that. Let's have another go at that because it was so good. I'm having a go again. Look at it. Beautiful. And above that, we need somewhere to cook. So we've got the Dometic 2-burner gas hob, and obviously we've got a tap as well because we need to wash up when we've done our food. Over here we've got the Webasto heater. You've got the diesel heater, so on those colder nights you can be making sure you can keep warm. And in here we've got a Savvy Van panel. So Savvy Van, you might have heard me mention that at the last show. Savvy Van, they've started developing this panel and it's becoming more and more utilised by a lot more converters now. It's a popular product and it's getting more features all the time. So at the front, we've got 2 captains, as I've mentioned, and these are upholstered in leather, which is twin colour. So you've got the dark grey on the outside, you've got the lighter grey on here, and then you've got the yellow stitching, which matches those accents, the yellow accents outside, and then the Vanworx embossed logo here. Obviously it's a Ford, the modern Ford, and I've already said before that I really do like the internals of this, and yeah, it is better. I think it is a far improved model than the outgoing one. So that's the Vanworx one. But Vanworx, you might have heard in my video that they've also got this green crafter. But I'm not going to talk about that now. But I'm going to hunt down some more Ford Transits, and I'm going to come on to that one later on. And I'm also going to come on to that one as well. Let's go and hunt down some more Transits. So coming down here then in a company which you'll have seen or heard that I've spoken about before quite a bit, and that's Bespoke Leisure. And Bespoke Leisure have got the new Transit Custom, which is starting from $59,995. Inside, it isn't lacking any spec because it's still got the rib bed, which is upholstered in this rather nice fabric. Do really quite like that. But one of the best features about this is this new flooring. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in my next video. I'm actually going to be doing a video including this brand new Ford and a couple of other ones coming next. So do look out for that. But just briefly, it's got a recognisable kitchen, lightweight plywood kitchen and cupboard doors, which has got a cavernous amount of room. You've obviously got your gas valves in the back of there, and then a drop-out vent in the back of there, but that's really cavernous. There's lots and lots of room in there. And then the door, which holds the fridge. And I know some people say, well, why you've got a door behind the door? Well, to be quite honest with you, it just makes it look a little bit cleaner, I guess, if you like. But it's personal preference, as it is with a lot of these units. It's got the Dometic 2-burner hob and the sink. Even though I've done them the other way around, that's what it's got. And it's also got the Savvy panel as well. And this panel actually controls the heating. So that's the Ford Transit, like I say, from $59,995. Let's go and have a look at some other ones. But like I've said, I'm going to come back and I'm going to have a look at that one in a little bit more detail, because there's a lot of features about it. There's a lot of new things to it, which I didn't discuss there for a reason, because I want to do an in-depth talk about it and I want to do it justice, because some of the changes and some of the discussions which you've had are very well worth it. But moving on to another one, and this is from Jerba Campervans, and it's another NCC approved builder, and this one again is a little bit different because this is built on the Ford Tourneo, so it's a twin slider and it's a long wheelbase. So it's longer than the other ones. And you will notice that the pop top opens at the rear. This is a layout which I really quite like. So obviously what we know, when the pop top opens like that, it's got the 2 single beds. So this has got the 2 single rib beds here, which obviously can move in the middle and they can formulate that double bed. It gets even more interesting around the back. It's a gasless conversion. So what we've got in here, gasless, it's got a toilet. Yeah, we don't want any gases coming from that. But as far as cooking wise, something which you don't see an awful lot, but I do know that Jerba have used these for quite a number of years, I believe, and that's the Wallace cooker. So it's a diesel cooker, and it means that you don't need any gas. Obviously, it's got a sink as well, and then as far as electrics are concerned, as standard, this comes with lithium iron phosphate batteries, which is obviously a big thing because the lithium is a far better technology than the AGM ones. So although it's another Transit, it's another Transit with a difference, and we are seeing lots of differences. Like, they've got another one here. This is another one of the Jerba Campervans Transits, and again, it's different. There's so many different sorts of conversions. Only 2 more Fords, don't worry, but this is from CMC Campers, which I mentioned again on Sunday, and this is the Hembill conversion on the all-new Ford Transit. So as CMC use a lot of Reimo products, we've obviously got the Reimo bed, which is on rails. And as you can see here, as we showed on the a video which I did last year about an exclusive T7, which is not the T7, you can see it's got a raised floor to ensure that it can slide on the floor. So obviously the pop top as well is Reimo, as you would expect from CMC Campers, only using the top quality products. And the kitchen units, again, not the knock-on edging design. These are well manufactured, well made, and the LED lights set them off really well. So this is an upholstered, cloth upholstered one. So this is standard upholstery, so it's not got any additional leather, but they will offer leather upholstery if required. But these seats are nice seats, nicely contoured, nicely backed, and yeah, they're comfy enough. So promise you, there's only one more Ford Transit. So let's go and have a look at that one. And then we shall get on to some crafters and might even have a transporter or two. So the last one, and arguably saving the best to last, this is the Reimo, the new Reimo TrioStyle. And this is a prototype van. And as you'll see, that this has a single sliding door, but it's actually on the driver's side. Well, it isn't actually on the driver's side, because if you look inside, it's on the driver's side, but it's a left-hand drive vehicle, because this vehicle is built for the European market. Now, I'm told that this is going to be converted and coming over to the UK, and it's going to be converted by CMC Campers, one of the vans which we've just been over to. Good company, dealt with them before, really nice guys. And it's all new. So what we've got inside here is we've got obviously the Reimo seatbed, again on sliders, but it's all new. As you can see, as we spoke about before with the raised floor, this one has not got the raised floor. It's maintaining the same floor height. I like the purple lighting in here. It just adds that effect. I don't know what it is about purple lighting. Why does purple lighting actually make it seem better? I don't know, but it just does. But it's got these nice worktops. Nice fleck, but it's beautiful, really nice. Plenty of cupboards and drawers, lots and lots of storage, nice soft clothes. You're going to expect some high quality components from Reimo, and this is no different. So in here we've got gas burner, and we've got a sink as well. And if you look under the front seats, you'll see that this has got the factory swivel seats. Not very many vans have the factory swivel seats, but this one does, and they are very nice, very smooth in operation. You know, I like a smooth rotating seat. So up top, we've got a pop top, and I'll show it you from the outside as well, but this is the all new pop top. It's all new, it's been totally redesigned. Everything about this pop top has been looked at and refined to make sure that it's the best it can possibly be. So up top we've got a bed, and a bed on springs. No hard board bed here. Look at that, sprung again. Different to some of the other systems we've got, but it's a really comfortable bed. I'm assured some people who I've been speaking to today have been in it, and they've said it is a really, really comfortable bed. We've got heating coming out of the rear, and even plants growing out the side, and it adds nice bit bit of green and a bit of purple. It's beautiful, beautiful. It's a very, very nice van. It's just oozing high quality, and it is definitely one which I like. So I promise you, having a look at the roof from the outside. So there you can see the pop top from the outside, and it is a beautiful van. What do you think? So those are all the Transits which we're going to see today. You tell me which one you think is best. Now let's get on, find some of the bigger vans, some of the crafters, and we'll hunt down some Transporters. Whilst we're talking about bigger vans, this is the MAN. So we've spoken about this van yesterday when I brought the video out on Sunday, and look at this stitching. It looked amazing in the actual photo, but in real life it looks even better. It's got the embossing on the headrest as well, like it has on the Ford Transit, which we had a look at. This van has got so many different features. Look at this. These are storage boxes. So they are storage, and you can see it's canvas, but the beauty about these is you can pull up at a location and you can actually remove them. So you can put your clothing in there, all your goods, etc., and then take them out. So if you go to a hotel, you can take them out and put them in there. Why you'd stay in a hotel when you've got a van like this, I don't know, but you could do. Or if you go in your house, you can take them out when you've got everything in there. They're just removable, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's got a bed here, and you can see it's got this lovely thick mattress. I really can't do this van any justice just by talking about it now. This roof, is that Alcantara? Oh my word, I'm marking it. I don't want to do that. I really am sorry. That's why it's got a rope on to stop idiots like me coming in here. It is just a beautiful van. Look at it. The front seats are matching as well. It's just an incredible van. And look at this down here. So this is where we've got the that's where you can keep everything cool. You've got the Dometic cool box in there, which is the big unit. I'm not going to pick it out because I'm going to come and I'm going to do a proper video on this. You can see it's got the induction hob for cooking, so maybe you're going to cook a meal, boil your water, etc. And look at this. That's just cool, isn't it? And something which you don't see often is a tap like this. In some of these bigger crafter conversions and the MAN conversions, you actually see some domestic taps, not Dometic taps. And this, look at this, purpose made for this type of vehicle. So it really is a special van. And like I say, I can't do it justice in just this short video. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go up and meet the guys at Vanworx, because again, they're not very far from me. So I'm going to go up and meet them. I'm going to have a proper look at this. I'm going to talk to the owner of this actual van, and he can let me know all the features about it and really do it justice. So do subscribe if you want to see that, because it is a really special van. Anyway, let's get out and have a look at some more. So here we've got a MAN Mega Mobile, and this one is pretty mega. Look at those wheels. Again, it's built for off-road. It's a 4x4, and this one can really go off-road because look at that snorkel. It's got a snorkel, so you can maybe do a bit of snorkeling underwater, although you don't really want to do that, do you? But look at this. It's beautiful. Look at that upholstery. The cloth pattern on that. It's left-hand drive. We've seen a few of them today, haven't we? It's pretty nice, and it's got a Truma heating system, especially if you are going to be using this van for going off-road and doing trials and tribulations like that, then you probably are going to need a heater because you're going to be using it in the...
Hello?
Oh my word. It's campervan time. You all right?
Yeah, good mate, good.
Excellent.
Honestly, I didn't.
Do you know what? I've just been talking about you. I've just been talking. Somebody around there has just been saying that she watches us, both of us.
Amazing.
Look at that. I'll tell you what. If you got...
Let's have a chat.
Yeah,
let's have a chat.
5 minutes.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
What a coincidence, eh?
That is incredible.
2 YouTubers at the show. What were the chances? So,
Have you enjoyed it?
we haven't even finished yet. So what is it? It's 2:45, and we haven't even made it round all of the stuff.
Oh, it's just massive, isn't it? There is so much to watch.
And whenever we come, we kind of come with a bit of thought of, are we going to have a look at crafters? Are we going to have a look at, pop tops or whatever? We've basically been looking at crafters, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
There's so many new ones.
I've been looking
here
at transits. There's just so many transits.
We've done, and that's it.
There's so many new ones here as well, and different.
Oh, it's, yeah.
I don't know how people keep dreaming up new
I know,
ways to
I know.
lay out the inside.
And people say campervans are boring. It's just mad, isn't it?
So many different finishes as well, and quality, and
Well,
yeah,
prices.
and,
Like,
well, and prices.
yeah.
Have you been down to the campervans yet?
not
No,
yet. That's the last
We
bit.
started at the
Ah.
other end, so up near.
I've not been down that end yet.
Ah,
Hence I'm walking this way.
So we need a recommendation from you to look at down there then, and I'll give you one up there.
Ooh, right. Well, there's one. This is camera's going because I've got it all back to front. Let's try and sort this camera out. Nope. Oh. There we go.
There we go.
So I'd say there's a Vanworx, which is green. You're not going to miss it.
Okay.
Really nice upholstery. Although it's a bit of a cheat really, because I am going to look at it properly. They've invited me to go up and do a proper video on it because
Good.
I can't do it justice.
Okay.
There's also a Crafter, which has got a bed, so it's got a settee in the back, but then the bed like folds down.
Oh.
So there's a lot of layouts like the Hopton, where it's lovely to have that settee in the back, but
Yeah.
so that has got the bed and the settee, so it's actually really quite good.
That's clever.
So so I quite like that.
That's clever.
Okay.
Well, I think our pick for you at the top there has got to be the Arriba car. So you know Arribas, the classic
Yeah.
Arriba caravans with the little pop tops and everything. They've started doing campervans based on the Crafter, and there's two layouts they've got here. They've been doing them in Europe. They've got two layouts here, both 6 metre long. One's a transverse bed across, and the other's a longitudinal bed. And I think I hate using the word value because it always gets absolutely annihilated in comments. But in terms of value, those
Comparative.
compared
Like the cheap California I talked about recently.
So those Arriba cars, 80 grand on the road, and I tell you what, for a German conversion of a Crafter, I
Yeah.
think that's really reasonable compared to the rest of the Crafters that
Well,
we've seen.
particularly when
Interesting.
it
At the
comes to
end.
this one that we were just taking a look at here.
I didn't get to the price, so people started shouting at me.
Well, the price on that one was 100 and
22, I think. Something
yeah,
like that,
and they
123.
said that the base price of that van's 81.5, which it's a 4x4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you know, if the base price itself is 81.5
there's a
for
lot.
that, then you can
Yeah.
get a.
so, but
Yeah.
take a look at the Arriba car and see what you think.
They're nice.
You can't miss it. It's on the end of the Heimer stand.
Yeah.
And obviously they've got the Venture S and all the other
Yeah.
massive, great Merc 4x4 ones. But on the left-hand side of that stand, got the Arriba cars. Take a look, see what you think. I think they're my pick of the show so far. But obviously we've not been down there yet.
No.
See?
But
No.
it was my pick of the show because that was where we
If I-
headed to start with. I
It
really,
was.
really wanted to see
You were
them.
desperate to see them, weren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's really interesting.
there's a
You
ca-
don't see them very often,
No.
do you? Just from the bigger
Yeah.
converters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Brilliant.
I think that if that had been out when we were buying our Sven,
Yeah.
Maybe.
because it's
There's always something else though, isn't there? There's just so many different things. It's just like somebody said to me, "What would you buy?" I don't know. There's just so much. There's just so much. You know, and every time I think, "Oh yeah, this is the best." No, I don't think it is. This one's the best, and I genuinely can't pick. They keep changing. There's so many different features, which, yeah, it's incredible, really.
It shows, isn't it?
It is.
We better go and carry on that way.
That way.
Do you know what? Something for off camera, but I reckon we should meet up. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do it.
definitely.
What do you reckon, guys?
Nice.
All meeting up? I
Yeah.
think we should do that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Right, my arm's aching. I'm gonna take this off.
Good to see you, Steve. You have a good
Yes,
rest of this
and
day,
you.
won't you?
How nice was that, meeting Will and Sarah? Really, really like that. I think, to be quite honest with you, that our channels are probably quite similar. We're probably quite similar people. So actually bumping into them and having that conversation, I think it might work out quite well, because I think we should meet up and have a chat about some other things. I've actually got a few ideas. So I'm going to stay in contact with them and yeah, watch this space. I'm pretty sure that they're going to be coming to this channel, and I might even be going to their channel as well. So if you're not subscribed to them, make sure you do subscribe. That's CampervanTime. They used to be California Time when they had a California, but now they've got a Sven heading, and it's a really, really nice vehicle. So if you're not subscribed to them, go and find them. So anyway, like I said, we were in the middle of looking at the bigger vehicles, the bigger crafters, and I've got another one here, and this is by Autohaus, and this is another VW crafter. Have a look at this. It's another 4-berth. So it's the Autohaus C600, and it's built on the VW crafter platform. And inside this is different, isn't it? This is different again to the other ones which we've already had a look at. This flooring here is marine grade cork flooring, and the guy was telling me something, how special it is, and my memory's shocking and I've actually forgotten. But don't worry, because I'm going to get the full details of this, because I'm going to go and see it soon. Because like I said, this is only a couple of hours away from where I live, so I can actually go up to the factory and have a chat with them and talk about some of the vans which they've got. I mean, look at these seats. Can you see those seats? I mean, they're different to a lot of the other ones which we've seen, aren't they? They're nicely contoured and really comfortable. Yeah, I'm really quite liking that. And then the detail on here, you're probably not going to be able to pick it up on the camera, but that's kind of like a suede. It's not Alcantara, it's like a suede type material. You obviously got your blinds and your fly net in there, plenty of storage up top, and this one is gasless. So we've got the Thetford induction hob, and powering this we've got lithium batteries, upgradable, I think he said 290 watts of solar on the roof, 160 amp hour leisure battery, which will be good enough to be cooking that. So a nice sink for all your washing up when you've had your food. And then the all-important shower. Yes, these bigger vehicles, a lot of them do have showers, and that's what a lot of people are liking. That's why a lot of people are liking these bigger vans, because you can have your shower and your toilet, obviously. Sit down toilet, bit of privacy, pull the door around, and you're good to go. Now this here is probably one of the best features I've seen at the show. I think it's a really, really clever idea. So what we've got is push that up, and then what it's created there is a bed. No, it's not. It's moved the bed and it's created a living area. So we've got a living area here, so it can fit 4 people, as it's a 4 passenger carrying vehicle. You've got 4 occupants in the back, and then you've got a table in the middle. But when you want to go to bed, you pull down this, that comes down there, this one comes down this side, and then you've got your bed, which you sleep traversely on there, and you can see by the pillows. Now, this mattress is the wrong mattress. It was specifically ordered, and with a lot of things which are built for the show, a lot of things are done in quick time, and they've sent the wrong one. So this has just been something they put together, but hopefully when I actually go up there to actually see the vehicle, they'll have the proper mattress and it'll be looking all fantastic. So, hello. So up here, we've got the control panel. So you've got your Truma heating in there, and then this panel here, and it's really quite informative. So it's showing you what your input is, what your output is, your solar input, obviously indoors, so you're not going to see it. And then you've actually got here where it says there 10 hours. So that's actually showing what battery life you've got left in the batteries, because obviously, you know, if you've got things running, then you want to be making sure that you've got enough power left. Well, obviously, when you're outside, you're going to have that solar power, and then you're going to be able to obviously recharge it that way. You're going to be able to plug it in to charge the batteries up, doing it that way as well. So there's lots of different options to be charging it. And this one, like we said, it's got a pop top. I'm not going to pop my head up, but I shall put the camera up there. Not even sure you can see because it looks pretty dark. But that is a Reimo pop top roof, so you can sleep 4 people. So not only has it got a living area for 4 people, and I've got an idea about that, you can sleep 2 people upstairs and 2 people on that bed there. So it's a really good van. I've got to say that this is definitely up there on one of my contenders of van of the day. I'm really quite pleased with it. So anyway, let's carry on and just have a look at a few more. So I mentioned in my preview video that Hillside have got 4 new Hoptons with different layouts. So I don't really want to go into an awful lot of detail about each one because we'd be here all day. But if you have a look on the website, it shows all the different layouts for these vehicles. It shows you how they're contained, how they all differ from each other, what the different options, preferences, you know, you can see what suits your requirements. But this one has taken my eye. It's the color scheme. It's really, I don't really know how to describe it, but it's got the kind of, is it check? I don't know, but it's really nice and contrasting against this dark brown leather. I think it's a nice color scheme. Cushions which are added to it make it look, just set it off even better. And yeah, it's a really, really nice colour scheme. But that's the kind of thing you can do with these vans. You know, you can set them up as to, you know, how you want them. I mean, there's an orange van there. Who wants an orange van? Not me, but some people do. They've got another orange van around here. Well, do you think they'd have 2 orange vans if they didn't think people are going to buy them? People like these different colour schemes. They really like the differentness, the uniqueness of them. Yeah, other people would like the greys and the light greys or blues or whatever they are. But yeah, some people do like these out there colours, like that green. I've got to admit that green is definitely one of my favourite vans today. But just let me take this moment just to say, you know, thank you for all your support. You know, so many of you come up to me at the show today and I've absolutely loved it. It's been really great kind of just hearing your stories. You know, you're telling me the differences which kind of I've made just by simple things as making a video. I mean, it's simple to make a video, but it's helped people and I absolutely love that. And I really appreciate every single one of you kind of who's come up to me, said hello, even if it's just been a little wave. It's been absolutely brilliant. You know, it's been fantastic to see you. So if you do see me out and about, like the guy did in Burger King the other day, feel free, come and say hello. You know, we can have a chat. More than happy to talk about vans. Anyway, let's go and have a look at another crafter. Right then, so I spoke about Bespoke, and Bespoke have got the 59995 as far as the new Ford Transit's concerned, but they've also got a crafter. And you might have seen the crafter before. I've featured a crafter before, which I think it might have been 100 or 110, which had a really good spec. Well, this one still has a really good spec at 89,999. But you'll notice it's not got a pop top, and that saves a massive amount of money. But the rest of it inside, it's still got your standard lithium batteries, your standard this and standard that. It's still got the fridge freezer, the Dometic fridge freezer, which opens both ways. I mean, how cool's that? So when you're outside, it opens that way, and when you're inside, it opens that way. I think that is a really, really quality idea. It's got leather. And it smells really new because it is new, but it's Napa leather. Yeah, it's proper Napa leather. It's not this cheap vinyl stuff. It is proper Napa leather, and it's really, really nice. Really well done, really well stitched. Oh, and I'm just going to sit on it because it's been a long day today. I'll tell you what, I've been really, really busy today. Like I've already said, quite a lot of you have seen me today, have bumped into me and had a chat, and I absolutely loved it. It is a long day. Now, this video was meant to be the Ford Transit, and then the crafter, and then the transporters, but it's going to be about 3 hours long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it into another part, and then there's going to be a separate video for the transporters. So do subscribe if you want to see the transporter video. But anyway, back down to this van. And what I also like in this van, which was also in the other van, is this ceiling, these LED lights. It's purple again. I don't know why purple is so kind of special, but I quite like that. Again, it's personal preference though. A lot of people have different opinions and different choices. So it's got your Dometic burners. So this one does have gas. It's got your water, and yeah, this is very, very nice. And you might think it's heavy, but that is nice and flexible. It's really quite cool. It's got the Savvy Van panel. So the Savvy Van panel, which we've mentioned before, doing all your lights, your shower. It's just a really good system. Again, I'm going to speak to Simon on that, and we're going to have a proper chat as to exactly what this panel does. So in here, we have a wet room. So in the wet room, we've got your sink, we've got your toilet, and then we've got a non-slip mat, non-slip draining board. So the back, you've got your bed and your ladder to be getting up there, and you've got your storage above the top here. So plenty of storage cupboards, nice positive catches, and you can put your goods, whatever you need in there. So let's have a wander around the back, and we shall see what's in the back of the garage and bits which I like. Like I've mentioned before, I really do love this battery electrical system. So this is the garage, and I love this electrical unit. Look at that, it's a work of art. an absolute work of art. So your high quality Victron components in there. You've got your lithium iron phosphate battery, 150 amp hour in this particular one. You can see you've got your Savvy Van control bits there, some more Victron stuff, your fuse board, and it's just all built really well to a high standard. It's just a well-built van. So although it's only, yeah, and I do say only, 89,999, is that enough nines? Is that too many nines? 89,999 or 95, whatever. It's a really high quality van, but it's cheaper because it's not got pop top. But if I walk a little bit further down, you can see the same van or similar van, but this time with a pop top. Look, we've got a pop top there. Hello, so you might have noticed that I'm now actually on day 2. Yeah, I have changed the clothes, and that's because I didn't manage to film everything yesterday because so many of you came up to me and said hello. So I'm gonna have to finish today. So what I finished yesterday, I was just talking about some of the Bespokes, and the Bespokes were at a different price point than the one which we're gonna have a look at. So I'm gonna have a look at this one, and I'm gonna explain a little bit as to why the price point of this one is what the price point is, but where the value actually comes from. A lot goes into building these vans. Not a lot of people appreciate actually the high levels of engineering and the technologies which are used in them. I've just actually been speaking to the owner of CGL and talking about the vans which they build, and he is very, very passionate about the business and about the safety aspects of it, going into all the details about the various different approvals and what they've got to go through to actually produce vehicles like this, and very, very importantly, the high safety standards, because not everybody produces to the same high levels of safety and the same levels of quality. Let's go and have a look at it and see how the value of this vehicle is the price that it is. So this one is a VW Crafter, but they also build these vehicles also on the MAN platform as well. So as you can see from the outside, it looks already a lot different to the other ones which we've seen. Let's have a look inside, and I'll give you some of the brief features as to why the value can get to what it can. Now, immediately as soon as you walk in, you're actually greeted by these seats. Now, this is premium leather, premium Napa leather. Not just Napa leather, it is a very, very expensive product, and I've actually been sat on these when I was speaking to the owner, and they're extremely comfy. Now, if we look around here, you can also see that it's obviously got the 2 captain's chairs as well, and the captain's chairs are also in the same leather. But around here, I do need to point this out. So the in-house engineers, the designers, and they do a lot of CAD and designing themselves. And one of the recent products which they designed, it's not the Yeti product, just pop that down there, is actually this. Look at this. That, you can't get a gist of that, what it's actually like on camera, but that is a really solid piece of machined cup holder. It just oozes quality. I don't know why I'm talking about a cup holder when I'm actually sat in a £185,000 van, but that's just a demonstration of the designs which they come to. So if we have a quick look around the top here, you can see there's lots of storage, and inside each of these cupboards there is storage bags. Let's just pop one open. So the beauty of these storage bags is they can actually be removed. So each of them can be removed. So what happens is you take them out when you're not using the van, you take them in your house, you pack them, and then you can put them in your van afterwards. And it means you're not going to be overpacking because you've only packed what you've got room for. How clever is that? Such a simple idea, but yet really, really effective. So just coming around here then, like I say, there is so much to talk about in this van. Now, you've got a Dometic fridge. I think that's a 70-litre Dometic fridge, opening from the outside and also opening from the inside. You've got an induction hob, because this van has got 600 amp hour of lithium iron phosphate battery, so it's got a massive capacity. To boost that, he's got an alternator, 100 amp alternator, to make sure that that battery is going to stay topped up. Solar panels on the roof, and I'll pop round to the rear in a moment to show you the electrical system, because all the electrics are master volt. So it's all controlled by this control panel here. So we've got a control panel where you've got your Truma, a reputable brand as far as heating's concerned. You've got your Cymarine control panel here, which I won't go into obviously all the features on, but that's got everything from all your levels, all your lighting, It shows you how long you've got left of your batteries, how much charge you've got. I think we had a look before and he was explaining that at the moment in its current state, this vehicle will actually last about 6 days. So it's a long time. We've got these physical buttons here. You don't often see physical buttons on vehicles as they disappear in, but they're on and off. You can't see that. Let's try that one. So touch it, on and off, but if you hold it, it's dimmable as well, which is something you can't easily do on a control panel. Obviously got your electrical, 240 volt electrical, and then look at these units. Not got any wood here. Look at this. This is a really, really high quality. Got numerous different storage options here, pull out drawers and all sorts of stuff. Everything which you're going to be able to take with you, you're going to be able to store in there. And in here, this is incredible. And this is something which I'm not going to do justice because I don't know enough about this vehicle to be able to actually do it justice. But I'm not sure if you can pick that up on the wall here. But I think this room alone to actually finish it in this material cost £1,000, and it is to ensure that it will not leak. There will be not any leaks from this room. Combustible toilet and ductboard down there, and then you've also got some more removable storage. And just look at the design on that basin. You know, it's not just a plastic product which you can get in some conversions. There's the level of detail that has actually been utilized in this is absolutely phenomenal, and that goes for the roof. Now, you've probably seen in a lot of the conversions, which perhaps I've been in today and a lot of other people will have been in, you'll have seen the different boards, the stripy boards, the cork boards. Well, this is something which CGL do. They did used to do those boards, but they've changed the design now. This is all CNC. This is all CNC by them, and I truly believe it's unbelievable. You've got a tambour door there, which goes into the garage, which we'll come to in a moment, and then this floor. So this floor is not a vinyl floor. It's actually, each of these is an individual piece. So what that means, if somebody damages it, something comes to harm or anything like that, it's just a case of taking up one board, replacing it and fixing it, rather than have to strip out the whole vinyl, which could be connected to the cabinets and things like that. It just makes it much cleaner. So again, as far as the cupboards across here is concerned, plenty more bags, lots more storage in there, and I won't open any more, but that goes all the way along. Like I say, there's just so much to talk about this van. So what I'll do, we'll go back outside, we'll have a look at the garage, and we'll have a look at the electrics which we've got out there. Yeah, so coming around the back here then, and we can see the electrics. Now, these electrics, often what you find with campervan conversions, you'll get one of the converters, one of the electricians popping into the conversion, sitting in the back of the garage or sitting in one of the cupboards, etc., wiring it all up. But what they do here, they actually manufacture them on base plates, so they can be manufactured outside the van and then easily brought in. And the components which they're using in here, like I say, Mastervolt, it is another marine product. It's just completely top of the range. That's probably one of the descriptions which you can give about this van. Like, everything is the best of the best. So if they're going to be utilizing something for the van, a piece of componentry, it has to be the best. And that's why it's got a premium price tag, because it's a premium product and a lot has gone into it. For instance, these slide out boards, I can't do it because I've only got one hand. No, can't do it, I've only got one hand. But these slide out really smooth and they can be utilized for various different things. They've got these T sections here, which means that individual things can be put in. So here you can see we've got a bike carrier slid in. It can be used to put a fridge in there. It can be used to put storage boxes. It's just the design which can be, you know, it's just so versatile. Lots of different things can be used in it. You've also got more storage here as well. And these come out and they can be utilized as rucksacks. So maybe you're going to put something in there for taking down to the beach, having a forestry walk, or maybe on your mountain bike or something. And then you can take them out with all the goods which you need, put them on your back, and then bring them back and store them back in there nice and safely afterwards. And the same goes for the pockets on the side. So we've got some more storage pockets here, which secure in with these clasps. And again, it can be removed from the van. Something I haven't touched on, and I'm not going to go in an awful lot of detail, but is the plastic mouldings which can be seen throughout the vehicle. There are lots and lots of them. They've really been heavily engineered. It come at a cost of lots of money for development. And the beauty of it is, everything in this van, which has got a barcode on it, so you can see that these trays here have got barcodes. The storage bags here have got barcodes. Everything which has got a barcode on it, the plastics here have got barcodes. You can buy them. You can buy them as accessories. So if you've already got a vehicle, you've already got a crafter or something like that, then you can buy these components to actually improve your vehicle. So if you've not got the money to be buying a bigger van like this, you can buy the accessories, which I think is brilliant. Got a shower, and it's a hot and cold shower, and this pulls out, and don't quite know how long it is, but you've got a hot and cold shower there. So once you've been out on your mountain bike, as we can see here, you got all muddy, wet and dirty, then you've got that shower there to be able to get yourself nice and clean, warmed up, get in the van and have a brew, have a cup of coffee before going to bed. And as far as the bed's concerned, you've got this bed here. I won't go into specific details about some of the products because I'm going to speak to the owner, like I say, but as you've heard me talk about many times before, the Frolly bed, don't just settle for a bedboard, have something quality. And this has got that quality bed of a Frolly bed with a mattress on top. And then if you've got more than two of you, then you can be utilizing the pop top as well. So we've got this pop top on there. We've got this accessible ladder, which you might have seen previously in previous years, and this is all flush to the pods. So we've got these side pods here, you can see, which come out from the side of the vehicle, just giving that extra room. Like I say, I'm not going to go into any more detail than that today because the owner knows far, far more about this van than me and can give you far more detail. Like, I don't want to do it an injustice because it is far better than somebody like me can actually describe. So I'm going to sit down with him in the coming months. We'll have a chat about it, where the business has come from, how he builds such brilliant vans, perhaps have a look at his processes, have a look at some of the drawings they do where they kind of come up with these ideas as to, I want to do that for my next van. And then they put that into the process of the CAD designing and building it, and then into the final production as well. I think that one's going to be a really interesting video. So if you've not subscribed already, then surely you want to see more of this man. So anyway, I shall speak to you on that soon. So I've got to say, I absolutely love that. And it was really interesting, like I say, talking to the owner of the business. I think that's going to be a really, really interesting video. Far more information that he can give you than I can give you. Anyway, what's been your favourite from the Transits and the Crafters which we've seen there? Maybe it's a Transporter, but if you want to see the Transporter, then have a look out for my video coming up soon. Thanks again for watching, and I really do appreciate your support. And like I said, I bumped into CampervanTime, and if you haven't seen their video, then you can see that video here. Thanks for watching, take care, and I hope to see you soon.